Alright, guys, I saw Jurassic World Rebirth this weekend, and let's just say I have some thoughts. So let's get into the good, the bad, and what I think could be a change that could have completely made this movie a million times better. Right off the bat, I gave this movie about a 6 out of 10, which for me is honestly pretty low because I was going into it expecting it to be like a 7 or an 8. But despite not liking this movie as much as I hoped, there was still a lot to really like and a lot that I really enjoyed. Like, Jonathan Bailey's performance was a real standout to me. I thought his character was awesome. He's definitely my favorite character in the movie. And there were so many incredible dinosaur sequences in this movie, like the moment where they drew the blood from the Mosasaurus on the boat, obviously the T Rex scene on the raft, and basically everything with the D Rex in this movie was also so incredible. Spoilers, but that moment at the end where it just comes out of the smoke and takes out that helicopter was probably my favorite moment of the movie. But despite all the incredible dinosaur stuff in this Jurassic World movie, there was one thing, one really big thing that I really, really did not like. And I'm curious to see if any of you all agree with this, but I think the entire plot with the family was completely unnecessary and could have been completely done without throughout this entire movie. Like, there's just so much I could say that is so dumb about the inclusion of this family. Like, the initial way that we meet them is that they just happen to stumble across the dinosaur infested waters in this area that's literally illegal to go to in the entire world. Like, if there's an area so dangerous that every single country in the entire world agree that you can't go there or it's literally illegal to go there, there's not going to be any kind of signs or any kind of walls or literally anything that'll tell you, hey, don't go here because there's literally dinosaurs there. Like, that just made no sense of how you can literally just stumble upon a Mosasaurus in the ocean. And also, I know he was kind of meant to be like that. He was also kind of meant to be the comic relief, which I didn't find really at all. But the boyfriend character just absolutely sucked. Again, he was meant to be like comic relief, but I found nothing about his performance or anything that he really said that funny. And another thing that just really, really bugged me was that it is established when the dad goes to save his daughter that his leg basically snaps. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if it fully broke, but it's at least fractured. And then throughout the rest of the movie, he's like kind of limping, kind of using a walking stick. But then you also see him walking fine at moments. You see him literally swimming away from a T Rex and swimming onto land when they jump off the boat and they're climbing up stuff to get to that compound. Like, did his leg break or not? But seriously, that entire family storyline was so unnecessary, which brings me to mainly the main reason why I want to make this video is to say how the movie could have been so much better by completely getting rid of that family storyline. The overarching thing with this idea is that they could have had the movie progress basically the same way just by having like a little bit of a bigger crew. If their team that's on this whole crazy mission, which I absolutely loved, I loved the whole concept of the mission, everything that had to do with the mission in the movie was so good. So essentially, all they needed was just to have a bigger crew, and then once they get onto the island, they can all split up. One team can man the main mission of collecting the blood from the dinosaurs, and then one team, maybe with like Mahershala Ali as like their protector, can try to get to the compound just like the family does to try to like put out a signal for their getaway chopper or getaway boat or whatever, some BS thing where they put out like some encrypted signal so they can get their getaway from this island. And then that team can still have the whole sequence with the T Rex and the raft, which again is mainly one of the stronger points in this movie, if not with like, the worst characters in the movie. And then everything with the mission can progress as it did, which again was my favorite part of the movie. I loved that whole storyline. And someone could argue that one of the stronger things about the family storyline is the inclusion of that baby dino Dolores, which again, they could still include with these separate teams. They could have included some kind of character arc where they don't like have any feeling towards like babies or any feeling of like nurturing and like don't even have pets or anything like that. And they can have this character arc where they find this baby dinosaur who they're reluctant to kind of have along for the ride, but then end up loving it, end up protecting it, and then end up like basically having it as their pet or their child by the end of the movie. And Jonathan Bailey's character would have loved to see a little baby dino and bring it along for the ride as well. So all that just to say that the entire family storyline was so dumb, so pointless, and could have been fixed and completely omitted with these little changes. And even another stupid thing that came with this whole family storyline was the character arc of Mahershala Ali's character, where he had a daughter or had something happen to their kid, and then he has his whole redemption arc kind of with the daughter in the family by at first sacrificing himself to the D-Rex so they can all escape, which they completely and immediately turn back on because somehow he survived by some stupid movie plot armor, which his whole sacrifice was just going to be dumb to begin with and almost pointless. But then for him to survive was just so stupid. Like, they're just trying to keep him around for sequels. That's obviously what they're trying to do. And if they were going to do that, all they had to do was still have him like lead the D-Rex away, use the flare, so that everyone else can escape. But then you have the T-Rex come in and we see a D-Rex versus T-Rex fight. How did we not see that in this movie? Like, again, there was just so much about this movie that I really enjoyed. But then I just leave the movie being like, there's so much that they could have done to make it so much better. Like, if everything that I just said was the actual plot of the movie and there was the big D-Rex versus T-Rex fight, no family plot line, I could easily say this would have been like my second favorite Jurassic Park movie. And I really love the first Jurassic World, so that would have been a really high pedestal to try to get to. And I just could not see it not being that way if the movie went the way that I just said. It really does pain me to say how much I didn't really enjoy this movie, despite all the awesome stuff in it, and despite the fact that it's making so much money and they're going to make so many more of these movies. But even despite all that, I'm so curious to hear what you guys think about this movie. Please let me know your thoughts on the family plotline, on the movie overall, your ranking of the Jurassic Park franchise. And I still have never seen Jurassic Park 2 or 3, so let me know if I should check out those movies as well. The first Jurassic Park movie is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I would be very interested to see what y'all think, and I would be interested in checking out the sequels as well. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you guys thought about Jurassic World Rebirth.